o'clock. Showtime. Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT Network. Spence, that way. Take it home.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Broncos Buzz here on the MHRT Network. I wish I could stay for the entire show with our host, Bill, and me. But unfortunately, I have to be at my son's all-star practice. He's at a very high-tech batting cage in Santa Clarita, and we're here right now. Show everybody what it looks like.
Wow. Oh, that's wild. You're really close to those guys. No wonder you can hear the sound.
Yeah, you can hear the pings and everything like that. But I just wanted to jump in and say hello to everybody. Hope that all the fathers out there have a wonderful, happy Father's Day and enjoy Sunday, which is the longest day of sunlight and the latest sunset that we have here in the United States. And to everybody, all my fellow Bronco fans, enjoy the summer break. It's going to be a hot one, but things start heating up eventually for us when we get towards minicamp.
I agree, Spence. Happy Father's Day to you, my friend. You're an amazing co-host, and I know you're an amazing dad. So I hear about it when your kids are on. So, yeah, happy Father's Day to you. Thanks so much for jumping in at the intro. Wish you could stay for the whole show, but it's all good, man. Family comes first, man.
Yeah, and actually my son's just getting into the batting cage right now, so I've got to go help do some training. So everybody in Broncos Buzzland, happy weekend. Enjoy the show. Bill, take us away.
All right, Spence, have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week, bud. Take care.
See you guys.
Enjoy Father's Day. Thanks again. All right, guys, I'm flying solo, it looks like, for the rest of the night. Got some great topics going on, but before I get into the chat or the topics, I just want to say, guys, like, I want to echo what Spence said. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you out there. I'm going to single out some people that are very near and dear to my heart. My son, Carlos, happy Father's Day, son. I know I get choked up, guys. I just you'll understand here in a minute. But happy Father's Day, son. Thank you for 2 beautiful grandkids. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being a great son and a great father. To my brother-in-law, Rudy, who is in South Carolina. He made it back all the way from driving from Southern California all the way back to South Carolina. He got back there last week. And Rudy, happy Father's Day to you, my friend. Really do love you very much, man. Very much. Isaac, my other brother-in-law, happy Father's Day to you for 2 beautiful daughters that are just so near and dear to our heart. Anyways, happy Father's Day to you as well. To each and every one of you out there, I say happy Father's Day, but I also include dads. And the reason why is because some dads are not biological fathers. And I am one of those. And that's the reason why I tear up and get emotional when I talk about my son. Because he's not biologically mine, but he is mine. And he is my son. And he got me a plaque years ago that I'm going to read to you. And this means the world to me. Absolutely means the world to me. And here it is. I don't know if I can get through it without tearing up and being emotional, but that's just the kind of guy I am. So bear with me, guys. Here it is. The only thing better than having you as my dad is my children having you as their papa. Yeah, that means the world to me, guys. That absolutely means the world to me. And here's that plaque that he got me. Absolutely means the world to me. And it's in the entrance to the den where I do the show, and it will always be there. It means everything to me. It's the best gift I ever got. Besides him and the grandkids and my daughter-in-law. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna try and make it through without making this too much of a blubber show. But guys, it is Father's Day. It's Father's Day to me. It's Father's Day / Dad's Day. Guys, enjoy it. We're having our son, daughter-in-law, grandkids up here on Sunday for Father's Day. It's gonna be a great day. Really, really gonna be a fun, special day. Guys, enjoy it. Celebrate it with your family. Celebrate it with your dad. If you still are fortunate enough to have your dad still alive, call him up. Go see him. Have him over. Whatever it takes. If it wasn't for him and your mom, we already had Mother's Day. So if it wasn't for him and your mom, you wouldn't be here. So give a big shout out. And if you're fortunate to have a dad who's raised you and taken care of you, yeah, happy Dad's Day. Happy Father's Day. Happy Dad's Day. All right, guys, let's get to the chat. To start off, it is Cody Chepa 88. Keep up the great work, boys. Thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there, like I said, and also in the chat. Brad says, good evening, Broncos country. It's 5 o'clock. It's time for Broncos Buzz with your host, Bronco Bill and Spence. Happy early Father's Day to you both. Spence is unfortunately unavailable tonight. He is at his son's Little League practice, I believe it is, because it's the All-Stars practice, something of that nature. Anyways, he was here to do the introduction, which I thought was really cool. So I was glad for that. But the rest of the time, it looks like I'm flying solo, which is totally fine. I'm used to it. I've done it many, many times. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law from South Carolina, says, same to you. Thanks, Rudy. Really do appreciate it. Enjoying the moment with you. Well, thank you. Thank you. I enjoy the moment with you too. Just wish you could have stayed here longer when you were in SoCal, but I know you had to get back on the road again. Just can't wait to get on that road again. Yeah. So, and you did it in record time, dude. From California to South Carolina in 2.5 days. Wow. All right. Let's get into the very first topic. It's a very sad topic. No real details surrounding this, but I'm gonna bring it to you anyways because it is very noteworthy. Here it is. Just days before the Broncos were to move into their new training facility, a construction worker was found unresponsive by coworkers in a confined ceiling area. Okay, I'll get into that. I'll get into some of how I've experienced that as well. Let me continue. The cause of death is under investigation at this time. The Broncos released a statement, and I quote, "We extend our deepest condolences and sympathies to the individual's family, co-workers, and friends during this difficult time." End quote. Okay, being in a confined area in a ceiling, I kind of can relate to that. I was in new construction years ago in my 20s, and I remember being up. We were doing. I was an actual marine electrician at a place called NASCO here in San Diego. It's a shipbuilding, and I would have to get up in these above the cableway to lay transit packing, which is, I'm not even going to get into all that, but it's called transit packing. It basically takes it from one compartment to another. You pack all these blocks. It's kind of like Tetris, really. It was Tetris before Tetris was a game. you had to put these puzzles in, and they give you all these pieces that are going to fit, but they can only fit if the cable construction is correct. Anyways, yeah, you're in a very, very confined situation. There were times where I felt like I couldn't get out. I would get leg cramps. I'd have to ask some of the guys that were there, hey, hey guys, can you assist me getting down from here? Because I feel like I'm stuck. Well, when they went back to find this guy, it was late at night. It was like 8:50 at night or something. And that's where they found him. So apparently nobody else was around. We don't know the circumstances of what caused it. There's no release of any cause. There's an investigation into this. It's just a very, very sad situation. Just doing his job and something happened. We don't know what it is, but something obviously very bad happened. And my heart goes out to his family, thoughts and prayers to his family, to his coworkers that are dealing with this, the ones that found him. It's got to be very traumatic. Yeah, very, very, very sad situation. Sorry. Absolutely sorry to hear this. Just what else can you say? It's just one of those bad situations. Okay. The main topic of the show, and that's why I'm wearing this Terrell Davis jersey and the Super Bowl 32 champions hat, is because of the main topic comment. And if you look under my name right here, it says, is McDaniels high? Yeah. Wait till you hear what he said. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Also, I can't even begin to understand where he's coming from. But as a footnote, now we know why McDaniels got fired from the Broncos. Well, maybe not for this exact reason, but this dude is nuts. This guy is nuts. Here is this week's main topic. Here it is. Chargers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel must be smoking something. Serious. Must be smoking something really strong. Why? Listen to what he said. McDaniel said, and I quote, Omarion Hampton reminds me of Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, end quote. Wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. So Hamilton hasn't played 5 years. He's only played a handful of years. And wait a minute, McDaniels, are you saying he reminds you of Terrell Davis because of the way he runs? The way he can break tackles? The way he keeps running downhill, so to speak, and keeps his leg churning? You didn't say that. All you said was Omarion Hamilton reminds you of, or Hampton reminds you of Terrell Davis. In what fashion? It can't be associated with Terrell Davis's accolades. There is no way in God's green earth Hampton's ever gonna amount to those accolades that Terrell Davis had in his illustrious 5 major years of contribution. Sure, he went on and played 2 more for 7, but it wasn't the Terrell Davis after the ACL injury. Everything Terrell Davis accomplished, he did it in 5 years. 5. Hampton is not even going to come close to 5 years of these accolades I'm going to read off to you. No freaking way. Impossible. Why do I say it's impossible? Because the NFL isn't structured the same way it was back in the 90s. It's more of a passing game. It's more of a dunk deke and dunk, more of little shovel passes or little wide receiver screens, things of that nature. It's not a heavy loaded running system anymore. Some teams run a lot, but they're not going to get the accolades and the accomplishments that a Terrell Davis has accomplished in his Hall of Fame career. By the way, Hall of Fame, he should have gotten that years and years and years prior to when he did. But thank goodness he's in the Hall because he deserved it. Now, let me give you the accomplishments by Terrell Davis. And you guys tell me in the chat, do you really think and feel and believe that Omarion Hampton is a prototype of Terrell Davis? B freaking S. No freaking way. Absolutely no chance. No chance. Here is Terrell Davis's accolades and accomplishments on his route to being in the Hall of Fame. Here it is. Davis's accolades are as follows. Davis ran for 6,413 yards, 56 touchdowns in his first 4 seasons, a stretch that also included a 2,000-yard season. Yeah, it did. It did. He made 3 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro teams, and won 2 Offensive Player of the Year awards, 2 Super Bowl championships, Super Bowl MVP, as well as league MVP. Did you guys get all that? Did you guys really soak that in to what Davis did in his 5 years of production on the Denver Broncos? And McDaniel says that Hampton reminds him of Davis. It cannot be for these accolades. It cannot be for these accomplishments. Absolutely no way, shape, and form can it be for these accolades and these accomplishments. That's why I'm wearing number 30. Take that, McDaniels. Take that, McDaniels. Because you have no idea what you're saying. You have no idea what you're saying. Unless you came out and said, well, it's his running style. It's his way he prepares. What? Okay, then why don't you say that? But just to come out and say, and I'm quoting again, and I'm quoting from Mike McDaniel. And I quote right now, Omarion Hampton reminds me of Hall of Famer Terrell Davis. That's it. That's all he said. He didn't say how. He didn't say in what way. Because I guarantee you he can't say it any other way than possibly his style of run, maybe his downhill running where he keeps his leg moving, or he breaks away from tackles. That's the only thing he can say. Because he can't say what this says. He can't say what Terrell Davis accomplished. 2,000-yard season. 4 seasons where he had 6,413 combined yards, 56 touchdowns. Come on, man. 4 seasons, 56 touchdowns. That's over 10 a season. I don't see Hampton doing that. I don't see Hampton making a 2,000-yard season. No way. No freaking way. 2 offensive players of the year. Back-to-back Super Bowl championship. Yeah, right. Like the Chargers are ever going to go back-to-back Super Bowls, back-to-back Super Bowls, even appearing, let alone winning both of them. Not happening. Not happening. So McDaniels, put the freaking pipe down. Okay? Put the pipe down. Because there's no way Hampton is ever going to come close to everything Terrell Davis accomplished in 5 seasons that put him in the Hall of Fame. Not going to happen. So, McDaniel, best of luck in SoCal. I don't mean that seriously because can't stand the Chargers. But anyway, what an absolute smoke pipe dream. Not going to happen. Never, ever, 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 ever going to happen. All right. This one is crazy. I mean, I understand where people are trying to save money as owners and they want the public to pay for this and they want public to pay for each and everything when they have new stadiums and all that. I get that. But this one is a new twist. I haven't heard this angle. So let's see how it plays out. I wish Spence was here because he could really help me with this. I don't know, the workings and the way things work on these kind of things. But anyways, here it is. Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam is seeking additional $100 million to bypass taxes that he doesn't want to pay, obviously, on the new $2.6 billion stadium that they're wanting to build 14 miles outside of Cleveland. Let me continue. According to the Cleveland Report, the Browns are pushing for a special community authority to own the planned stadium. Then they can lease the stadium. Excuse me. The stadium will then be leased back to the team and bypass the taxes. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works at all. If it's owned by somebody else and I don't know how it is. That's why I wish Spence was here. But in any case, that's pretty thought provoking. He's not including taxpayers on that. It doesn't say that he wants the taxpayers to foot the bill. He wants a special special community authority to take ownership of the stadium and then lease it back to the Browns. What if that ownership committee gets greedy and they want to lease it at a higher? It's all very, very confusing. It really is. But I thought that was interesting that it was a new angle as to how to pay for a stadium. Don't involve taxpayers. Come up with this creative idea of having a special community authority own the stadium. Is that part of the government? I mean, part of the state? Is it part of the city? Does the city take ownership? I mean, the Broncos have a situation with that with Mile High. They're leasing the stadium. I believe the stadium is up in 2030. And that's why they're pushing to get this stadium built, the new one, before 2030, so they can move into the new stadium. So yes, stadiums are owned by cities, and then they lease it back. So I guess that's how you evade additional taxes coming out of your own revenue or coming out of your own, out of your own back pocket, so to speak, out of your own wallet. So hey, maybe that'll work for them. I just thought it was very interesting because I never heard of a special community authority. Interesting. It didn't say whether it's going to be city, whether it's going to be private, whether it's going to be kind of like partnership with different groups. Didn't say, but I found that quite interesting. Very interesting. All right. Moving on. Sean Payton has made a decision on the future of Jonathan Cooper. Payton said, and I quote, "We have excused Cooper from minicamp. He has to work on himself in the meantime. Clearly, from ownership, head coach, as well as players, there is a bar that we have an expectation that we have that's very high," end quote. Cooper's trial is set for July 22nd, and Denver begins, ironically, their training camp around that time. Doesn't look like Cooper's going to be there. And depending on how the trial goes, doesn't like Cooper could ever be back in a Bronco uniform. Sean Payton made it very, very clear. Broncos have a high bar, a bar that they put on themselves from ownership all the way down to the players. That includes Cooper. And if you don't meet those expectations and that bar level, you're not going to be on the team for long. You're just not. That's just the nature of the game. I mean, this is the NFL. This is the best of the best. And if you can't be one of the best and you constantly get in trouble, you constantly do the stupid thing like going back to her house, knocking on the door and banging on the door for 10 minutes, and then texting her over 20 times when you were told to stay away, you have some serious mental issues, dude. You got some serious issues. You may be a great NFL player, but you ain't great between the ears, that's for sure. You don't comprehend what is real, dude. You don't comprehend what is reality and what is, losing your mind. And I wish all the best for Cooper. I hope he gets help. If he does and he's able to come back on the Broncos. But if this thing's going to trial, guys, on July 22nd, and when it does go to trial, it is right around the time that the Broncos are doing their camps, their training camp. So I don't know. Does Cooper come back ever? We'll find out. We will find out. Excuse me, Ty Eagle, what is up? Thanks for showing up, my friend, in the chat. He says, talent alone will not save you. Very, very true. Absolutely true. Especially when you do something like this. Now, Sean Payton's not coming out saying, okay, he's kicked off the team completely. No, they're letting the due process play out. Okay? Like I said, his trial starts July 22nd. The Broncos training camp starts right around that time. So, hey, I mean, it's all dependent on what happens in that trial. And then again, it's all dependent on whether or not the Denver Broncos can trust him. What if they're in midseason, he's having a good season, and he does something stupid again? Now he's off the team or he's suspended. Then what? Sometimes you just got to cut bait. You just got to cut bait and take your losses. But the Broncos, in my opinion, are doing the right thing by allowing the due process to continue and to do what it has to do. And once the due process is concluded, well, then the Broncos will make up their decision then. So there you go. Ty Eagles follows up by saying, I have no respect for anyone, no matter what. I agree. Totally agree. And you're right, Ty Eagles, life does go on. Life absolutely goes on. Whether we have Jonathan Cooper or we don't, life goes on. Unfortunately, he's got to deal with the consequences that he made. And he's got to deal with those, unfortunately. All right. The Denver Broncos have signed 3 players after their little OTAs. One of them is wide receiver Hakeem Butler per Zach Stevens. Butler was the UFL Offensive Player of the Year in both 2024 and 2026. Okay, UFL isn't the NFL. But if these guys are still good enough to be Offensive Player of the Year 2 out of 3 years, yeah, it's pretty good. Butler is 6'5", 242. 6'5" receiver, 242. Denver also signed offensive tackle Reed Holsky and cornerback Blake Cotton. Holsky is 6'6", 306 pounds as a offensive tackle, and Cotton, I say Colton, I meant Cotton. Blake Cotton is 6'2", 195 pounds as a cornerback. That's great. Great. Sign everybody we possibly can. And then weed out the ones that you could put on the practice squad or maybe even put as a backup on a 52-man roster or 53-man roster. That's fantastic. I'm all for it. Sign these guys. Give them a chance. See what they can do in Sean Payton's system. Not everybody can play in everybody's system. But if these guys can, 6'6", holy smoke, 6'6", 305-pound offensive tackle, and a 6'5", 242-pound wide receiver. Wow. That's I hope they make it. I really do, because depth is something every team needs, because injuries are going to happen. And speaking of injuries, I've got the next topic right after we get to Ty Eagles. Next comment was the baby formula stops. Football is a business, not JV. I agree. I absolutely agree. No doubt about it. Ty Eagles says, brother, we finally got rid of the one problem. Thank goodness. Yeah. Good point. Yep. Good point. Cornbread Amos. Okay. Says, yep, sign Tanner McGee and let's see who gets cut. Okay. Good point. It's, that's what makes it fun in the offseason. You bring all these guys in, you sign these guys, and then you see who can win out. Sometimes veterans don't win out, even though they're veteran, because these young guys coming in, they're hungry, they're younger, they're quicker, they're more athletic, whatever, determination. Some of these guys that have been there for a while, they think, yeah, I'm on the team, I got a guaranteed contract, or I got a contract for the next couple, 2-3 years. I'm golden. Not necessarily, and not always. All right. Speaking of injuries and not having, or making sure you have enough players to fill in when somebody gets injured, J.K. Dobbins said something that is really interesting, because in my opinion, he can't control these things, but yet he's making these bold statements. Listen to J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is going out on a limb by saying he promises, I put that in quotes, that he promises to be the number one running back on the Broncos. No, not the number one running back on the Broncos, the number one running back in the entire NFL. And he promises not to suffer any injuries. Hold on a second. You promise not to get any injuries? How can you control that? What are you going to play in, a big bubble? You're going to have freaking a bubble wrapped around you? Dobbins, how can you even say that? Do you think that Bo Nix thought for a moment that rolling out to his left, he would get a broken ankle? Things happen. Do you think Terrell Davis thought that he would get a torn ACL when he's chasing down a guy on an interception? No, nobody ever thinks they're going to get injured. Nobody does. Nobody goes into the game going, man, I sure the heck hope I don't get injured today. I'm going to do everything I can, to not get injured. Oh, dang, what was that? You don't know. You absolutely do not know. And for him to go on a limb and say he promises not to get injured when he's been injury prone his entire freaking career? Dude, I don't even know why you said that. I mean, maybe a different angle would have been, I'm going to approach this season. I'm going full gun. I'm going to give it everything I have, and I'm going to do everything I can not to have an injury. Okay, that's different than promising you're not going to get injuries. and then promising that you're going to be the number one running back in the entire NFL? Hey, Dobbins, do you realize you're not the only running back in the entire NFL? There's other great ones out there. And I'm not talking about Hampton. I could care less about that. I'm talking about other guys. You think that you're going to be the number one running back? Okay, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. I like the way you elevate your thought process and your preparation and your way about possibly getting your mindset into that type of going for it, so to speak. But dude, how can you promise that? How can you promise that you're going to be the number one running back in the entire NFL, let alone promise that you're not going to get injured? And dude, it just seems like you put a bullseye on your back. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, like I said, I know you want to be positive. I know you want to be on the team playing every single week for 17 weeks. I know that. Doesn't always happen. Doesn't always happen. But man, I hope what you said doesn't come back to haunt you and to rear its ugly head, so to speak. But man, when I saw that statement that J.K. Dobbins said, I just kind of cringed and went, how can you say that, dude? How can you possibly stick your neck out like that and say that? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I wish you all the best. I hope you play all 17 games. I hope you are not injured. And I hope you have a fantastic season where you are the number one running back in the NFL. I am just skeptical. I'm just skeptical on both. I don't see him being the best running back in the NFL. And with all the history of him being injured, I don't see him going the entire season without injury. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Just saying, guys. Just saying. All right. Tyler Eagle says, what do the Broncos running game look like this coming season? Well, I just gave you what J.K. Dobbins said that he wants to be. And then you've got A.J. Harvey. He's coming off a really good year. And then we got that kid we drafted. Everybody's saying that guy is turning heads from the coaching staff big time. So I think our running room looks really, really good. I think it looks really good. Cornbread says Dobbins is very hungry. Yes, or he may be hungry or hangry. I get it. He may be, but come Sundays, how's it going to materialize? I want him to go out and play the best he can ever play. Absolutely. I wish him all the best. I am just skeptical. That's all I'm saying. I'm just skeptical. All right. Ty Eagle said, don't speak before you're sitting at the table. Absolutely. I totally agree. Totally agree. Kevin Underwood says, hey, Bill, the Broncos had an opportunity to be in the Super Bowl last season. Looking at their schedule, do you see them getting there this year? If so, who do they face in the NFC? Woo. Right now, the Rams look like they're a shoo-in. I mean, come on. Rams look like they're a shoo-in right now. Do I think the Broncos are going to make it to the Super Bowl this year? Well, anything can happen, Kevin. Anything can happen. And thank you so much for jumping in the chat. Appreciate it. Anything can happen. Games can be lost that should have been won. Games can be won that should have been lost. In my personal opinion, this year is a harder schedule than last year. Bo Nix is coming off of that ankle break. Yes, we have Waddle and Cortland Sutton and J.K. Dobbins wanting to be the best in the entire world, all this stuff, does it materialize? We got to play the Rams this year, guys. We got to play Seattle this year. We have the Patriots. We have the Bills. We have our own division, which is stronger. Do I think the Broncos make the Super Bowl? I'll give you yes and no. First off, do I think they'll make the Super Bowl? No, I don't. I absolutely don't think we'll make the Super Bowl because of our schedule and the uncertainty of Bo Nix. Okay? That's where I'm coming from. On the yes side, if we do make the Super Bowl, I think we play the Rams. I don't see the Rams losing at all. Not with the team they built. Not with the team they built. Not at all. So it's going to be the Rams. In my opinion, it'll be the Rams in the Super Bowl. Hopefully it's the Broncos. I'm not putting my money on it. I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just not putting my money on it. Not with the schedule we have. Not with the uncertainty. I just don't see it. But thank you so much for that question. Really, really do appreciate it. Cornbread says, well, talking about Dobbins, well, at least I'm excited over his attitude. Yeah, I like his attitude. I mentioned that. I love his thought process. I love the way he's thinking. I just don't know if it's reality. Is it a pipe dream? Is it grasping at straws? Possibly. That's how I see it. Is it reality? He hasn't proven anything to me that it is. But I hope I'm wrong. I absolutely hope I'm wrong. Cornbread says, a lot of players believe in speaking into reality. True. That's very true. Like I said, I don't see that because he's never proven to be that guy. He's always been injury prone. He's great when he's able to play. He's fantastic when he's able to play. He just can't complete an entire season. And the two things that he said, that he wants to be number one running back in the entire NFL and not have any injuries all season, that's hard for me to swallow. That's hard for me to accept because I haven't seen it ever before. All right. Ty Eagle says, that's big respect. Bill, to you. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I mean, I'm just being honest, guys. Like I've said many, many times about this show. This show is brought to you with emotion, passion, and honesty. I'm not going to bring a topic that I haven't done research on or dug into deeply. There's been many topics that come my way that I just go, I can't bring that topic because I don't have enough information or something's missing and it just doesn't add up. Those are the kind of things. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Eagles. Ty Eagles, really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Okay. So my brother-in-law, Rudy, has asked a question that says, so what happens to Old Mile High Stadium when the new stadium is being used? Well, I mentioned earlier that Mile High Stadium right now is owned by the city. The Broncos are leasing it. That lease is up in 2030. So in 2030, my understanding is the lease is up and the stadium goes back to the city, or the land that it's on goes back to the city. Now, that stadium was built by Pat Bowlen, the late Pat Bowlen. He is not here with us anymore. Therefore, my thought is, and I'm pretty accurate on this, is that the stadium will be demolished because it's not owned by anybody anymore. The stadium will be demolished and the land will go back to the city to develop into anything that they want to develop it into. So that's why the Broncos' new stadium has to be built and operational by 2030. Or I believe the Mile High Stadium in now runs out at the end of the 2030 NFL season. Whether that be where the Broncos don't make the playoffs and don't make the Super Bowl, or make the Super Bowl And then that would be the end of the season. So whenever the season ends for the Broncos, that's when the lease is up. And that's when the city takes ownership back to that stadium and that land. Not necessarily the stadium, but the land. Therefore, the Broncos have to have a place to play prior to the end of the 2030 NFL season. Guys, they haven't even broken ground on the new stadium yet. And that makes it 3.5 years away. Well, hang on. You got the 2026 season, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So basically you got 5. Basically, you have 5 years to get it done. And usually a stadium takes 4. Like I said, you got all of 26 season, all of 27, all of 28, all of 29, and all of 30. So that's 5 seasons the Broncos have. So they should be able to get the new stadium up and running prior to that lease running out at the end of the 2030 NFL season. Hope that answers your question there, my bro law. Rudy, thank you so much for asking that. I know you wanted me to bring it last week. I completely ran out of time with Spence having to go early. So I'm glad you brought that back up. All right. Glad you brought that back up. Thanks. Ty Eagle says KC isn't done yet. No, they're not. They're not done yet. The whole AFC West is solid. The whole AFC West is solid. Cornbread says probably going to build a Walmart super center there. I'm not sure because that land is not owned by Walmart. What is owned by Walmart? Oh, wait a minute. Is that land owned by Walmart? You know what? I think it might be owned by Walmart. Now that I think about it, I think Walmart did buy that land underneath Mile High. I think they may have. Great comment there, Cornbread. Now that I think about it, I think Walmart or Walton ownership, the Walton Penner ownership group, I believe they did buy that land instead of leasing it. So that means they can do whatever they want for that land. So, hey, great point, man. Great point. Thanks for bringing that back up. I had completely forgotten about that. Thanks, Cornbread. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Rudy says Las Vegas building in 2 years. They did not build. What's the name of that place? What's the name of the Vegas stadium? Allegiant. I don't think they built Allegiant Stadium in 2 years. Let me see, Rudy. Now you're bringing up a question. Okay, Google. How long did it take to build Allegiant Stadium in Vegas?
It took 31 months of actual construction to build Allegiant Stadium. The entire process, from NFL relocation approval to substantial completion, spanned about 40 months.
Wow. That is pretty quick. 31, what did you say? 31 months? That's 2.5 years. No, 2 years. Yeah, 2.5 years, but the whole completion took 40 months. So that's 12, 24, 36. That took 3.5 years. But the stadium essentially was built in 2.5 years. Holy smokes. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess if you're going around the clock 24/7, it can be done. That's crazy, Rudy. I didn't realize that. But then, of course, you were living in Vegas at the time it was being built, so you would know more about that than I would. That is crazy, man. That's crazy. 2.5 years. All right. I guess it can be done. That's crazy. Ziggy757 says, watch out for the Raiders. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Every AFC team is built. Every AFC team. I mean, look at the head coaches. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. The head coaches that are in this division, and then the quarterbacks that are in the division, and then the players. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight going forward, years and years and years down the road with these guys. It really will be. That's crazy. Okay, now let's get to a Bo Nix topic. We only got 2 more topics left, guys. It's a little bit shorter show because we don't have Spence's comment, but that's okay. And it's also Father's Day weekend. Before we continue on, I want to give a shout out real quick to our sponsor, Sluggers Golf, where he says, type Broncos message section, click on that QR code at the top, right there, top right. It says Sluggers Golf. Click on that QR code. It's Father's Day weekend, guys. It's never too late to get dad, get your father, get your dad something for Father's Day. It doesn't have to be on the exact day. You can just tell them it's coming. And what Jeff Call does with Sluggers Golf is he takes baseball gloves, hockey gloves, he takes footballs, he takes whatever you have that's leather, turns it into a golf head cover or a wallet or whatever you want. Go to his, click on his QR code, click on that. Go and check out all the different things he can do. He just got finished doing a tournament for the Los Angeles Rams where he did multiple head covers out of footballs for the Rams. He's done the Philadelphia Eagles. He's done multiple other professional teams. I believe he did the Edmonton Oilers hockey team out of their hockey gloves. He can do all of these things, guys. Check it out. This guy is amazing. He really is. Check it out. Click on the in the message section. Type in Broncos Buzz. You will get a discount, guaranteed. Guys, you won't be disappointed. It's high quality stuff. High quality stuff. He does incredible work. He lines the inside of the head cover with felt. It's like a fresh newborn baby's skin. It's so soft. Guys, check it out. You won't be disappointed. And I guarantee your dad or your father or whomever you want to gift this to will never be disappointed. It doesn't have to be a head cover for a golf club. He does drivers. He does 3-woods. He does every club in your bag. He even does wallets. He made this one for me. Excuse me, guys. He made this one for me. It's leather on the outside. You can see that leather there, genuine, right there. See that? Deer tan cowhide. It's the inside part. You can put your you can put your credit cards in here. You can put money. You can put money or something in this slot here. You can put money behind here. It opens up. You got slots here for your cards, whatever. It's nice, small, compact. Put it in your pocket. It fits nice and easy. Guys, check it out. I guarantee it. You will not be disappointed. All right. Guys, I'm going to give a few more seconds on that topic, or on the QR code, as well as the type in the Broncos Buzz message in the section below, or when on checkout, and you will get a substantial discount. All right, guarantee it. All right, let's click out of this and click out of this one, and guys, we are going to the last topic. Before we do, let's get back to the chat real quick. Let's see. Oh, Ty Eagle said, so now they need to put a football team in Vegas. Well, they do have one. They do have one. So let's see where that goes. So Rudy, living in South Carolina now, says his new hockey team is the Carolina Hurricanes, who just won the Stanley Cup, by beating his former favorite team, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. So, Rudy, I know you live in another state, but you are You to me are a typical wagoner. You jump from team to team, but it's okay. Hey, it's okay, dude. You can do whatever you like it. You can do what you want. And he likes the Carolina College Gamecocks. I'm not even going to go there. Not even going to expand. Kevin says, I know you're a Colorado fan. Broncos, Avalanche, Nuggets, Rockies. No, not the Nuggets and not the Rockies. I'm not a basketball fan, and I'm a Cubs fan. Not the Rockies. I like the Rockies, but they're not my favorite. My favorite are the Broncos, the Avalanche, and the Cubs. Rockies were the worst team in baseball history last year. Do you see them making the playoffs this season from worst to first? No. Absolutely do not see them making the playoffs. Now, if they turn it on somehow, some way, I mean, they beat the A's, 23-6 or something like that. I think it was 7. I mean, they get on a hot streak and put up numbers or whatever. Sure, I just don't see it. Sorry. I just don't. In fact, let me give you the standings of where the Rockies are right now. Right now, the Rockies stand at, right now the Rockies are in last place. They are 20 games behind the Dodgers. 20 games behind the Dodgers. Their record is 28 wins, 47 losses. Do I think they'll make the playoffs, Kevin? Nope. Not a chance. Wild card? How far out are they of the wild card? Let's see. Out of the wild card, they are dead last. Dead last. 11 and a half games out of the last spot in a wild card. Do I think they're going to make the playoffs with those numbers? Absolutely not. 11 and a half games out of the last spot in the wild card, and they are 20 games out of first place behind the Dodgers. The Padres are 9 games behind the Dodgers. Arizona, 9.5. San Francisco, 16.5. And the Rockies, 20. No, don't see it. Don't see it at all. Not at all. And not to mention, but my Cubs are 7 games out of first place. But hey, Cubs have a better chance of making the playoffs than the Rockies. That's for dang sure. All right. Victory lap. What is up? He says, yo. I say, what is up, VC? What is up? He says, yo. I say, what's happening? He goes, what's popping? What's popping is the Friday night show going solo. I haven't done solo in a long time. Going solo. And, but I do miss Spence. I miss Spence's comments. I miss his interaction and all that. But hey, show must go on. Show must go on. Spence is busy with his son at baseball practice for the All-Star. I think it's All-Star team. And Madungus is busy with his family and his sister and his parents and all that kind of stuff. So here I am. And we're here with the last 2 topics. And my brother-in-law Rudy goes, I miss Steve too. He's always calling Spence Steve, which is okay. Spence doesn't mind. All right. This is an interesting fact. And I like this a lot. Here it is. Bo Nix, in his first 2 seasons, is moving up the Broncos quarterback list. Nix is ranked 8th on the Broncos all-time quarterback list with 7,706 passing yards. He is 3,925 yards away from passing Jake Plummer to jump from 8th to 5th on the all-time quarterback list. Here is the list of the players ahead of Bo Nix in passing yards. Number 1, of course, John Elway. Elway with 51,475 passing yards. Peyton Manning, number 2, 17,112. Of course, he's going to be behind Elway. He only played with the Broncos for 4 seasons. The late Craig Morton, 11,895 passing yards. Number 4, Brian Greasy, 11,763 yards. Number 5, the aforementioned Jake Plummer, 11,631 yards. Jay Cutler at number 6, 9,024 yards. Kyle Orton, number 7, 8,434 yards. And number 8, Bo Nix, 7,706 passing yards. Guys, if he averages 4,000 or 3,500 passing yards, if he averages 3,500 passing yards, he'll be just shy of Jake Plummer. If he gets 4,000 passing yards, he jumps over Kyle Orton and Jay Cutler to number 5 on the all-time passing list in front of Jake Plummer. He'll only be behind Greasy, Morton, Manning, and Elway. Can he catch Elway with 51,000 plus passing yards? Sure, if he plays 16 seasons. Why not? Why not? Can he pass Manning? Absolutely. Manning's only 17,112. He can pass that in a heartbeat. Maybe 4 or 5 seasons, maybe 3 seasons, 4 seasons, whatever. Sure. Actually, he's 10,000. He's less than 10,000 yards behind Manning. If he averages 4,000 or 3,500 yards passing every year, he'll pass him in 3 years. Elway, going to have some work to do. But he's moving up the charts rapidly. Let's just hope and pray his ankle stays healthy for his entire career. Because without your wheels, guys, you ain't going to accomplish very, very much. You're not going to accomplish very much if you don't have your legs underneath you. No doubt about it. Ask anybody who's ever had a leg injury and had to recover from it. Thank the good Lord I haven't had a major, knee injury. I've had a sprained ankle, not a broken ankle, but I've had a sprained ankle. And we got some arthritis in my hip and stuff like that, but nothing like a torn ACL or even a broken ankle. So, but then again, I'm 67 years old and these guys are nowhere near that. So they heal a lot faster than I do. That is for doggone sure. Guaranteed. All right. Last topic for tonight's show, guys. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Really do appreciate it on this Father's Day weekend. By the way, this Sunday is a threefold. Why? Because one, my nephew Bobby, who sometimes jumps in the chat, his birthday is this Sunday. It is Father's Day this Sunday, and it's also the first day of summer officially this Sunday. So June 21st is a trifecta. Birthday day for my nephew, Father's Day, and the first day of summer. So guys, hope you guys enjoy this weekend. I hope you enjoy the World Cup if you're into that. The USA won today. My understanding, they won today. So hope you're enjoying that. You've got the U.S. Open golf tournament going on, which always happens on Father's Day weekend. You have summer officially this Sunday, as well as Father's Day. So guys, enjoy this weekend. Oh, by the way, today's Juneteenth, which is a holiday for many, many people. So it's a 3-day weekend. So everything is culminating on this particular weekend. U.S. Open, World Cup, Father's Day, Juneteenth, summer officially begins, and my nephew's birthday. Wow. What a great weekend, man. What an absolutely great weekend. I don't know where you guys are that are watching, listening, whatever you're doing, but here in Southern California, it's in the low 80s. I know elsewhere it's been stormy and raining. I know my brother-in-law Rudy said it was raining in South Carolina yesterday. So, but whatever you guys are doing, however you're celebrating, celebrate it with family, friends, your dad or father, if he's still around, your dad, if he's Those guys celebrate it in style. You only have one dad. And last month we celebrated Mother's Day, and you only have one mom. So, guys, treat it with respect. Treat them with respect and with honor. Because if it wasn't for them, you, my friend, would not be here. And that would be sad for each and every one that really loves and appreciates every one of you. So thank you guys so much for being in the chat, watching the show. Really do appreciate it, because you guys, to me, seem like family. Even though I've never met, 99% of you in person, but I see you in the chat all the time, and it really, really does make the show a whole lot better, because you guys are participating, you're watching, you're listening, and I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. Last topic is an interesting topic, and I want to get some of your comments in the chat, if you don't mind, if you'd be willing to do that. Here it is. The NFL has ranked every AFC team according to their best defensive player. So in other words, the way I take it is they've ranked the best teams in the AFC according to the best player. Does that make them the best team? Well, if you have a core player on that team, the NFL rank these teams according to how well they think they're going to do in the AFC, given the fact that they have this one key player. All right. So here it is. I'll give you the top 10 and where the Denver Broncos are ranked. I'm not going to go through all 16 teams of the AFC, just the top 10, and then I'll let you know where Denver stands. Here we go. Number 10, Cincinnati Bengals, because of Dexter Lawrence. Okay. Number 9, Kansas City Chiefs, because of Chris Jones. Number 8, Indianapolis Colts, because of Sauce Gardner. Okay, he's a good player. Number 8, okay, possibly. All right. Number 7, New England Patriots, Christian Gonzalez. Okay. Number 6, in the Baltimore Ravens, Kyle Hamilton. Number 5, LA Chargers, Derwin James. All right. Derwin James is a good player. Good player. Number 5, do you think it's ahead of Sauce Gardner? Do you think it's ahead of Kyle Hamilton? Okay. Well, this is the NFL ranking. Number 4, Tennessee Titans, Jeffrey Simmons. Not Justin. I said Jeffrey Simmons. Number 3, the Raiders with Max Crosby. Okay. I'll give you that. So we have 3 of the 4 AFC West teams. You have the Chiefs at number 9 with Chris Jones. You have the Chargers at number 5 with Derwin James. And you have the Raiders at number 3 with Max Crosby. Number 2, the Houston Texans, Will Anderson. Okay. Number 1, who do you think, guys, is number 1? Yeah, we are. Denver Broncos, number 1 rated team, power ranking, rated NFL's number 1 power ranked team is the Denver Broncos, because of who? None other than PS2. That's right, guys. The Denver Broncos are ranked number 1 by NFL power rankings because of their defense and PS2. They got that one right, guys. They absolutely got that one right. Do I agree with all AFC West teams being in the top 10? With the Chiefs at number 9, Chargers number 5, Raiders number 3, Denver number 1? Well, I agree with the Broncos number 1. And I will say, yes, I would agree with the Raiders being number 3 with Max Crosby. Not too sure about the Chargers being that high up at number 5 or the Chiefs being that low at number 9. But the Chiefs defense wasn't that good last year. But the NFL Power Rankings believes that they're in the top 10. So there you have it. They are number 9. Okay. Let's see. Kevin Underwood says Dan Marino would have went to another team. Bill, what team would you put him on to win a Super Bowl back in that era? Dan Marino. Well, you're not going to put him on the Patriots because they had Tom Brady. So that's not going to happen. Not going to put him on the Denver Broncos because we had John Elway. Who would I put him on to win a championship with a team around him? That's a good one. 31 Scrubs, thank you so much for being in the chat. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Thank you so much for being in the chat. And if you're a first timer, thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe. Really would appreciate it. And thank you so very, very much. He says Pittsburgh Steelers for Dan Marino. That's a good one. That's a good one. I would say, okay, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, no doubt about it. That I will agree with. That would be my choice. Yeah. I was trying to think of teams that had potential, and the Steelers definitely had potential back then. Absolutely. Let's see. 31 Scrubs said, "What's up, Boo?" I said, "What's up?" Any of you don't know, I am flying solo tonight because Kona Spence is doing things with his son. His son is on a travel Little League team, and they're doing some major practicing, and he's involved in that with the coaches. So that's why I'm flying solo. Hopefully he'll be back next week, and we can be back to normal. Me flying solo, nothing new. I used to do this, first 2 or 3 years I was doing the show. I was flying solo. So it's nothing new, but I will tell you, I have gotten accustomed to Spence being on the show, and really do appreciate his comments and his insight and what he brings to the show. So I do miss him, but hey, show must go on, and that's what we're doing. Let's see. Victory Lab says we're going to be top defense with a top 10 offense. You know what? I'll take that all day long, dude. I will take that all freaking day long. Top 10 offense, top number 1 defense, or number 2 or number 3. Hey, I will definitely take that. If that happens, oh yeah, we're going to the playoffs, and we could even go deep. So yeah, I would agree with that. I would totally agree with that. And Victor App follows up by saying, in a top 7 run game, we got to have our offensive line open up holes. There's no doubt about that. We have to have our offensive line open up holes, and then hopefully we can get that running game going, take some pressure off of Bo Nix, and free up those wide receivers to do what they do best, and that is get open and catch the ball and make some big time yardage. So I'm hoping all that happens, guys. You guys have been fantastic in the chat. Thank you so much once again to our sponsor. Let me bring that up real quick one more time. To our sponsor, Sluggers Golf. Please hit that or click under that QR code. Check out all of his merchandise and everything that he has. Guys, you won't be disappointed in any of the things that he makes. Check out everything he does. Click on that or type in the Broncos Buzz in the message section. You will get a discount on checkout. And guys, it's Father's Day weekend. Surprise your dad with a brand new wallet made from a leather glove that he had, or a baseball cover, whatever it is. Check out what Jeff Call could do on Sluggers Golf. Guys, he is amazing. Give a big, huge shout out and support him and support this show by by checking out his merchandise and hopefully finding something you like and getting it for yourself, for a friend, for a dad, a father, whatever it may be. Guys, you have been fantastic in the comments. I am going to run down each and every one's name. Mostly this, or always this is done by Spence. He's not here, so I'm going to do it. And here we go. We're going to start out with Cody. Cody Cheppa 88. What is up? Thank you so much. Says great work. Thank you. Appreciate it. Brad, thank you so much each and every week for showing up and doing what you do. T-Do's Random. Yo, what's up? Thank you so much for being in the chat. Excuse me, by Rudy, my brother-in-law from South Carolina. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Ty Eagles, thank you. Appreciate it. All your comments. Cornbread, thank you so much. Your comments, your questions. Kevin Underwood, thanks, buddy, for being in the chat. Happy Father's Day to each and everyone out there. Really do appreciate you guys all being in the chat. Giving your comments and everything. Ziggy757, he says, watch out for the Raiders. Absolutely. Watch out for every AFC team, actually. Thank you so much, Ziggy, for being in the chat. Have a fantastic weekend, each and every one of you. Victory Lap, what is up? Thank you so much for being in the chat. Appreciate it. 31 Scrubs, thank you so much. Appreciate all your comments, guys. You are the backbone of the show. I've said that many, many times. I will constantly and continually say it. Without you guys, I might as well be talking to the screen without any interaction. Guys, you are the reason why we do this, and the reason why even on a night like tonight, where I'm the only one doing it. Thanks, guys, for showing up. Really do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not done so. Please do so. It takes a momentary click on the mouse, and you're in. Guys, have a fantastic weekend. Happy Father's Day once again to each and every one of you out there. Whether you're a father naturally or you're a dad raising a son or a daughter, this Sunday is for you. Happy Father's Day. Happy Dad's Day. Guys, have an absolutely fantastic weekend of football. Well, not football, excuse me. Well, soccer, they call it football. Of soccer, of golf, of family, of friends, and the first day of summer this Sunday, along with Father's Day, June 21st. Guys, until next Friday, like I said, have a fantastic Father's Day weekend. We'll see you all next Friday. Till then, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast's racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.